From the Detroit Free Press, it's Monday, July 5th. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Kristen Shamus. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is investigating the case of a 13-year-old Saginaw County boy who died in his sleep 3 days after getting a COVID-19 vaccine. The county health department confirmed the investigation, telling the Free Press that the medical examiner's office conducted an autopsy and that the death was reported to the state health department as well as the CDC. The boy, Jacob Clinic, lived in Zilwaukee and had just completed 8th grade when he got his second dose of the Pfizer vaccine, June 13th, at a Walgreens store. His aunt, Tammy Barajas, said Jacob was healthy and had no known underlying medical conditions. He was looking forward to starting classes in the fall as a freshman at Carleton High School. On the night of June 15th, he went to sleep and never woke up. Results of the autopsy are pending and no cause of death has been determined. Jacob's funeral was Saturday, 3 days after a CDC advisory panel found a likely association between the Pfizer and Moderna coronavirus vaccines and rare cases of myocarditis and pericarditis in adolescents and young adults. Most of the people who reported the heart problems made full recoveries, and federal regulators say the benefits of the vaccines outweigh the risks. To learn more, go to freep.com.
I'm Kyle Davidson with the Detroit Free Press. Boating and kayaking are popular pastimes at Pictured Rock's National Lakeshore, but a large rockfall on the lakeshore last Saturday may have visitors asking whether those activities are safe. However, collapses on the lakeshore haven't deterred visitors, said Carl Hansen, owner, operator, instructor, and guide trainer at Northern Waters Adventures. Rocks typically fall in the same unstable areas, Hansen said. When something falls during a tour, Hansen said he notifies his staff and other kayak companies and avoids lingering in the cliff line. Susan Reese, the Lakeshore's chief of interpretation and education, said collapses of this scale are uncommon in the summer. She advised boaters and kayakers to move away if they see sand coming down or hear any strange noises. For more about how guides keep visitors safe while touring Pictured Rocks, visit freep.com.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist at the Detroit Free Press. Many people are grumbling these days about the high cost of everything, from the price of gas at the pump to the outrageous charges you'll pay for renting a car on vacation. But as inflation heats up, it's a good time for savers to review their options. It may be time to give Series I U.S. savings bonds a second look. Many people have never heard of inflation-adjusted savings bonds, even though the I-bonds have been available for more than 20 years. I-bonds offer a premium rate when inflation hits, so you're not hearing many people talk about I-bonds when there isn't much inflation. Small savers can participate with setting aside as little as $25. The going rate for I-bonds, bought now through October, is an annualized rate of roughly 3.5%, which is good for 6 months after you buy that bond. Go online to treasurydirect.gov to see how to buy an I-bond and get more information. Oh, and if you bought I-bonds several years ago, you don't necessarily want to sell them now. That's because you're still getting a rate that is as good or even much better than the rate for new I-bonds.
I'm Sue Selasky, Detroit Free Press food writer. It's lobster season, and several Metro Detroit restaurants are back with popular lobster roll specials on their menus. But there is a pricey catch. Restaurant owners say lobster prices have nearly doubled from last year. At Mudgie's Deli and Wine Shop in Detroit's Corktown neighborhood, the annual Lobster Roll Week has extended to Lobster Month the last 2 years. This year it runs July 8th through the 31st. According to a Mudgie's Facebook post, lobster rolls will be nearly $30 this year. Hazel, Ravines, and Downtown in Birmingham will pivot to its popular Hazel's Lobster Pound menu for the summer. Starting July 7th, the menu will have plenty of seafood options, including 2 styles of lobster rolls. The Connecticut-style roll is drizzled with hot butter, and the Maine-style roll is served cold with mayonnaise. Hazel's owners say they first shifted to a lobster menu in 2019 as an experiment. Since then, the seafood-centric menu concept has taken off. The lobster rolls have been on the menu, and they've served up more than 30,000 lobster rolls to date.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.